Well, hello everyone. I know we've met, but let me introduce myself. My name is Mary Johnson. I'm the Medical Record Coding Program Manager at Central Carolina Technical College. I am so glad you're here and have made a decision to begin your journey into health information management and to focus on medical record coding. It's an exciting journey, and I'm so glad you're here. Let me share my screen, and I want to share a few points with you to help set you up for success. I know you're excited to start a new term, and we're excited to have you with us. I want you to reach for accuracy. Make a commitment to the program. Make a commitment to yourself that you're going to do your very best and reach for the highest level of accuracy possible. And you can attain this with hard work and perseverance. I know you can do it, guys. You have a great team behind you, and we're going to help guide you so you can build your skills, not for a job, but for a career with vast opportunities for advancement. Are you ready? Let's get started. Okay. Now, let's first go over if you're having difficulty logging into MyCCTC. Now, don't call me. I wish I could help you, but I can't work in the background. So I need you to call user support. If you're local in Sumter, I want you to call area code 803-778-6607. If you're in Clarendon, Lee, or Kershaw counties, call the 1-800 number, 221-8711, extension 207. We have a great user support team behind you, and they will do their very best to help you and get you into your MyCCTC. Now let's talk about browsers for just a minute. We're going to be working in D2L or Brightspace, and your browser, yes, it does matter. My personal favorite is Chrome. Now you can download Chrome free, and here's the web address to do that, or Firefox is my second choice. So make sure you have these on your computer. Now let's meet our instructors. We've already met, but we also are very fortunate to have two excellent adjuncts that will be working with us throughout the next year, Dr. Shelley Sapien and Mrs. Nemo. Between the three of us, we have vast experience in health information management and the revenue side. So if you need me, I know you know where my office is, but let me remind you again, it's located at 133 South Main Street, Sumter, South Carolina. My office number is H109, and you can find me in my office most any Tuesday or Wednesday between 9 a.m. and 2 p.m. Now, I do make appointments outside of that if you need me, so just shoot me a quick email, open that line of communication, reach out, let me know, and we can make something work. Now, let's look at who's teaching what this coming fall. If you're in HIM 103, which is Introduction to Health Information and Coding, Dr. Sapien will be your instructor. If you're in Anatomy and Physiology for Medical Record Coding, I will be your instructor. And HIM 135, Medical Pathology, Dr. Sapien will be your instructor. HIM 216, Coding and Classification 1, which is your diagnostic coding, Ms. Nemo will be your instructor. If you're in HIM 225, Coding and Classifications 2, I will be your instructor, as well as if you're in HIM 250, Coding and Classifications 3. Now remember, guys, this is the way it's set up now, but anything is subject to change. In the spring semester, we'll be looking at HIM 110, which is Health Information Science 1. I will be your instructor. HIM 130, Billing and Reimbursement. I will also be your instructor in that class. For Pharmacology and Coding, HIM 137, your instructor will be Mrs. Nemo. And Current Procedural Terminology, that's your outpatient procedural coding, Ms. Nemo will be your instructor. If you're in Computers and Healthcare, Dr. Sapien will be your instructor. If you're in HIM 150, which is Coding and Classification 3, Dr. Sapien will be your instructor. In the summer term, we'll be looking at HIM 105, which is Medical Office Communications and Practices. Dr. Sapien will be your instructor. In HIM 115, which is Medical Records and the Law, Mrs. Nemo will be your instructor. In HIM 150, that's your coding practicum, I will be your instructor. 228, we're getting you ready for the coding seminar, which will be Mrs. Nemo. And HIM 266, Computers and Healthcare, will be Dr. Sapien. Now, again, I want to remind you, this is just tentative, and your instructors could change in the spring and in the summer semester as we go forward, as things change. Now, one thing I want to remind you of, if you need something in your class, reach out to your instructor. If it happens to be me, fantastic, reach out to me. But if it's Dr. Sapien or Mrs. Nemo, I want you to reach out to them. Because if you email me about something in HIM 115, your medical law and records, or if you reach out about computers and healthcare, I'm just going to turn around and forward those emails to your instructor. So save yourself a little bit of time and contact them directly. They will know the answers, I promise you. They're there, right there beside you to support you. And if they don't know, then they will get in touch with me. Now let's look at our course information. All the information that you need to get started, you can find under the very first module called Course Information. In that, you will see there is a Read Me First document that just kind of gives you a broad overview of the course and sets some of the course requirements. Then we have 3 parts to our syllabus, Syllabus A, B, and C. Syllabus A is the broad umbrella that covers your online course syllabus. Syllabus B is our course-specific syllabus. C is our course section-specific syllabus. You also have a calendar of topics and assignments that will help keep you on task throughout the term, as well as your attendance policy. So check it out. Now let's talk about a few things in particular. Let's talk about our attendance policy. If you don't attend and do your work, how are you going to succeed? So attendance is critical. Now attendance is going to be satisfied in each one of your HIM courses by logging in, but not just logging in, guys. You've got to log in, complete an assignment, and submit the assignment or the quiz or the final exam, whatever it may be. So just coming into a building and walking around, that doesn't show your participation. We need you to actually show that you're actively participating within the course, so you need to complete and submit your assignments in a timely manner. Students may not miss more than 20% of the time in the course. If you exceed 20% of your absentee policy, then you will be assigned a WA, which means you have been withdrawn due to absenteeism. So our courses are all 16 weeks in length. So what does that mean for us? If it's a 16-week course, 20% of that means you can miss 2 weeks throughout this 16-week period. Now, if you want more detailed information about the attendance policy, I'm going to refer you to your syllabus part B and C. Now, I know you guys are eager to get started, you're attentive, and you're not going to miss one single week. You're going to get all your assignments done in a timely manner. I know you are. Now, let's look at how our final grades are going to be calculated. Our homework assignments generally are worth 25%. Tests, as a general rule, are worth 50% of your final grade, and your final exam is worth 25%. This holds true, I believe, for every single course except HIM 216. And we're going to do a walkthrough of each class, and at that point, I will show you what it is. But at this time, I'm going to refer you to each course to verify how your final grade is calculated. Now, in each course, you're also going to receive a midterm grade. Now, midterm grade is just an indicator of what you've done to that point. It's not a reflection of 50% of the required materials or assignments. It does not infer or guarantee you a final grade. It's just what you're doing, giving you an idea of where you're standing at that time. So in HIM, your midterm grade is going to be determined by your quizzes, your tests that you've taken through September the 30th. It is not going to include your homework scores, just your test grades. Now, your HIM grading scale. Now, guys, we're dealing in healthcare. That means we have the ability to impact somebody's life. So don't you think the bar should be just a little bit higher? So in health sciences, passing is 75 or greater. So 91 to 100 is an A, 81 to 90 is a B, 75 to 80 is a C, 70 to 74 is a D, and we're not going to go below 75, right? Every one of us is going to strive and try to reach that 90 percentile in each and every one of your classes. Come on, I know you can do it. With hard work and perseverance, you can do it. Now, online communications. We've set this program up for prompt communications between you and your instructor. And your instructor will make every effort to respond to your emails anytime you reach out within 48 hours. We'll really try hard to get back with you sooner than that, but no later than 48 hours. If your instructor hasn't responded to you in that period of time, reach out again. Something might have happened, to your email. They might not have received it. The other thing I need to remind you about is both of your adjunct instructors, Dr. Sapien and Ms. Nemo, work full-time. So you may email them at 9 o'clock in the morning, but they may not get it until 6 o'clock that evening. So they're not ignoring you. It's just they haven't gotten to it yet, and they will get back to you as soon as they possibly can. Now, these are all online classes. Now, we need to talk about internet connections. Now, CCTC has a full computer lab at all of its locations. So if your personal computer doesn't have the strength or a strong internet connection necessary to run the websites that we're going to be using, it may be necessary for you to go to a computer lab. Now remember, your personal computer malfunctions and problems does not provide you with an excuse for the inability to complete your assignments in your tests on time within the published dates. So if you need the computer lab, the CCTC full computer labs, it's there for you should the need arise. Now, email communications. As we promised, we're going to respond to your email as quickly as we can, but you need to know where to look for it. Your email communication is going to come through My CCTC email, which is your Gmail account. This is the official method of communications for the college. You're also going to receive emails from like financial aid, advisement, on college events, and the like. Now, it's your responsibility to check and read all of your timely manner. We're trained to be professionals, so this is an incredibly important work skills. So start practicing now. Now, one thing I do need to remind you about, remember, the email in D2L you can use to send messages out only. Okay? You'll read and respond to D2L sent emails through your MyCCTC Gmail account. Now let's talk about a late assignment policy. Time management, as you can tell, is already going to be of utmost importance for a successful semester. Now, as I said a moment ago, we're training to be professionals. And when you're on the job and you are assigned a task, you're going to be given a deadline. And you must meet that. We're going to begin doing that now. So late assignments will not be accepted for partial credit unless you have an authoritative documented excuse, such as a doctor's excuse. Now, once we receive this excuse, your instructor or myself receives the excuse, we'll reschedule the assignment at the discretion of myself or your instructor. Now, this is the point that you really need to understand. No student, regardless of circumstance, will be allowed to submit more than one late assignment per course. So that means you get one rescheduled assignment, guys. So pay attention to your due dates. Find what works for you to help keep you on task. Does that mean getting a hard copy calendar and writing out when your assignments are due? Does it mean putting them in on your cell phone? Whatever works for you, you need to find so you can stay on task. Now, what is our testing policy? All of your testing or quiz dates are posted at the beginning of each semester. It's your responsibility to make arrangements to complete each exam, each quiz, each test, each assignment within the given time frame. Now remember, you cannot use the following for an excuse for missing a test. Your computer malfunctioned, you had problems, you had internet connection problems. You're at work, your scheduled work interfered with it. The published dates aren't convenient for you. The dates have been published now. They're open for you now. You know when they're coming due. So time management, guys, make a plan. And please, whatever you do, do not wait to the last minute to complete your quizzes, your tests, and your exam. If you wait to the last minute, what's going to happen? You're going to have problems somewhere. So plan, make a backup plan. Make sure you do it a day early. If you have problems, and we have time to solve it before the due date. Now, we're preparing you. Our goal is to get you ready to sit for the National Coding Exam. Now, that National Coding Exam is timed. So we need to get used to working under a time frame. So each quiz or test is set up to get you accustomed to working under a time frame and prepare you to get over and meet that national exam. So if you go over the testing time, I want you to finish the test, but be prepared and understand that there will be deductions if you go over the time frame. And here's the schedule. If you go anywhere from 10 minutes to 10 minutes over, you're going to lose 10 points. If you go 20 minutes over, you're going to lose 20 points. If you go 30 minutes over, you're going to lose 30 points. And anything over 30 minutes, you're going to lose 35 points. So what you need to do is to learn to work effectively and efficiently. Practice as you do your homework. That will prepare you for your tests and exams. Now, this test policy, this is the same thing as missed assignment policies. Missing a test, guys, it only happens in case of major emergencies. So if you have an emergency coming up and you know it, or something coming up and you know it, you need to communicate with your instructor. Notify your instructor prior to the quiz or the test. Or if you can't do that, then you need to provide documentation afterwards that you have the ability to communicate with them before the test. Now, what we're looking for an excuse would be something like medical, legal, funeral, something like that. Failure to produce an excuse will mean a grade of 0 for the missed test. So, makeup tests will be scheduled at the convenience of your instructor. And again, still going back to this one phrase that you need to understand, no student, regardless of circumstance, will be allowed to make up or reschedule more than one quiz, test, or exam per course. So be careful, guys. Don't let one slip by you. This is we're learning in an online environment. So we need to learn what I call netiquette. Just like in face-to-face when we're communicating, we need to do the same thing with electronic messages. They're going to real people. So please be polite, considerate of someone else's opinion. And also be aware that when we're doing electronic messages, think about what you're writing. Can it be taken two ways? If you need it in a humorous way, you might want to put a little smiley face on there so the receiver of the message will understand you mean that lightheartedly. Never ever use capital letters. When you use all caps, that's considered shouting in an online arena or environment. So do not use all caps unless that's what you intend. Don't get behind in your work throughout the semester. Getting behind, if you don't understand a concept somewhere along the way, if you're having difficulty, if you're unclear on something, reach out to your instructor. That's what we're here for, is to help support and advance your learning. Don't worry about thinking that, oh, if I email them, they're going to get upset. We're not that way at all. We enjoy your questions. We encourage you to ask questions. That's how you learn. So remember, if there's something that you're not clear on, what are you going to do? You're going to email your instructor and you're going to ask. And we'll get right back with you. We'll get you on track so you can continue on with the next step. Also, remember your calendar of topics and assignments is an excellent way to keep up with your course requirements. Your instructors are available to you to help you, so do not hesitate to reach out to us. That's what we're here for. It's going to be a great semester, guys. Are you ready? Let's get started.